Somebody shut the gate. Get that thing out of the way.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Hidden Heights Farm Vlog, and I hope everybody is having a wonderful Memorial Day. It's very important we pay respect to those that laid their lives on the line for our freedom that we have today. So just take a moment to thank all the veterans, past and present. So I got the stock trailer hooked up to the truck. We follow a local farm on Facebook that's about 30 miles away. And they raise Dorper sheep, the hair sheep that we used to raise. And they also had a small herd of Kiko goats. I think they have 7 nanny goats and a buck. And we just seen they posted a message the other day where they are selling out and moving. So I was interested in the Kiko goats, and I've been talking to them. And today we're going to go check them out. See if something that we might be interested in. I think we are interested in. We got this empty pasture right now. We're going to go ahead, and if we do decide to get them, we're going to put them on this small pasture for now and keep them separated from our Spanish goats. I don't know if we'll keep the buck or not. We'll just have to see how that all plays out, but I'm really interested in getting these Kiko goats and bringing them to the farm. But then we'll have a herd of Kiko and a herd of Spanish. So something interesting to keep following if you guys are interested in the goats. And Miss Kaya is here behind me. 2 of these nanny goats that these people have are bottle raised goats, and they say they're pretty friendly, so they might be Kaya's new goats. We'll see. Yep. So follow us today. Gonna go on a little adventure. Hopefully it turns out okay, and I'm not 100% sure we're gonna buy them. We're gonna go check them out. We haven't seen them yet, just seen pictures and such. So I hate buying anything sight unseen when it comes to farm animals. And one important thing is anyways, why we talked about putting them on this small pasture by themselves, is anytime you bring an animal home, whether it be from another farm or be from a animal sale, auction, etc., you don't want to just put them in with your herd. I mean, that could be chickens, goats, cows, anything. You never know what other farms, what practices they follow as far as, you know, keeping diseases and such at bay on their farm. So you want to quarantine any new animals you bring onto your farm for at least a month, 30 days. And we're going to get these goats here. If we bring them back, we'll keep them in the trailer and we'll back up to the gate. And before we let them out, we'll try to work them all. We will check all of their hooves. We'll give them a copper bolus and deworm them probably. Because anytime you move goats, they get really stressed out. And someone's trying to call me. Goats get really stressed out when you move them, and it lowers their immune level, and then they get really prone to parasites like the intestinal worms. So if you ever move goats, you want to go ahead and worm them when you get them to their final spot. So all right guys, we're gonna get everybody rounded up and head that way.
All right, we're almost here. Kaya, are you excited?
Yep, I'm excited, really excited.
Caleb? You're just tired, aren't you?
Caleb's busy napping.
He's tired. Kaya, have you picked out names?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Carrot and fruity.
Carrot and fruity.
Better wait to see what color they are for sure.
Probably.
All right, so we're not like your normal family. On Memorial Day, everybody else is having cookouts and doing this and that, and we're going to pick up more goats. So that's just kind of how we roll around here. So we're almost there, and we'll show you in a minute when we get there what we're looking at. All right, so we just got here.
See the sheep up on the hill.
Sorry guys, it's a little bumpy.
They also have a llama and a donkey. They need to get rid of.
We're not getting a llama or a donkey. Maybe a donkey. No llamas.
Because
So they live on a big hill like we do. Very,
Yeah.
very pretty.
Theirs is all pasture though.
Yeah.
they have a big giant pasture.
Yeah.
Pasture. I don't know how to say it.
All right, so now we're backing up down the hill and we're gonna go through this gate here. This windshield's way dirty. Daddy's windshield on this truck.
Oh, here's some big dogs.
I hear some big dogs. Maybe they have some livestock guardian dogs that they would sell us.
Got it.
I doubt it.
Probably right off the bat. Now she's an easy one. Connie and
Trying to milk goats is a little difficult.
yeah. I'm telling you, if they don't see this thing, tell you what, why don't you just scoot that feed towards the trailer? He's gonna follow it. It's right there. He's gonna do that, and then we ought to just be able to spook him from behind and just get him up in.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
I'm telling you, just grab him by the tail. Okay, somebody shut the gate. Get that thing out of the way. That wasn't near as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Sometimes it can be a nightmare.
Trying to catch him right in over winter when there's just no grass and you want a little bit extra to keep them warm.
Sure.
And then that big one over there is
And
gonna
so we had no soy, no GMOs.
that black one
It
right
was an
here,
all
we call
organic.
it
They
black.
mixed in oh, what was it? Like a mineral that was pre-mixed in with the feed, so you didn't have to add in mineral afterwards. Had to get that in with some food grade DE. So we bought a bag of food grade DE from them, and I mixed that in. And we do feed a feed mineral from the local co-op.
Right.
It's red.
And see, that was the problem we had raising sheep with the goats is they can't have no copper and they need extra copper
Right.
to stay real healthy.
Optimal.
And
What, babe?
it will die.
My arm is stuck.
So you got to be real careful. Alright guys, so we made the trip back home and we got the goats and we went ahead and I mowed a little bit of this small pasture because the weeds was already head high on the goats and I wanted to be able to see them for the first few days anyways that we turn them loose in here. So we got them in the trailer right now. We're going to work them before we turn them loose. We're going to worm them, check their hooves to see if they need trimmed and give them a copper bolus capsule and make sure they don't need any other attention. But first we got to flip over this little shed here That is one of their sheds they got out here, one of two. The wind blew it over a couple weeks ago in the storm, and we got one right here as well. So this is going to be their shelter for now while they stay in this little pen. So we're going to get this flipped over and then start working on it. Alright, stay back, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we just push it over. Don't put your hands on it. Okay. I can't believe that when you put it over like that. Alright, got the shed flipped back over now. Let's start checking these goats. Alright guys, so we got the goats here. We're ready to work them, ready to turn them out of the trailer. Got them on this small pasture. And since these goats are new to our farm, we're going to keep them quarantined away from all our other goats and our other herds for at least 30 days. And we don't know their past. And like I talked about earlier, we don't know the past, the way they were treated on their last farm. And anytime a goat is transported, you need to deworm them because it really stresses them out and it drops their immune level. And if there's parasites on this field, then they'll pick up the parasites and their body can't fight it as well. So it's just a precaution. These are Kiko goats, so I'm going to say they're pretty hardy, but we're going to do it just as a preventive. And we went ahead and mixed up some Prohibit to give them. We'll give every one of them a little oral drench in their mouth. And another thing we got is these copper boluses. This is a capsule. I don't know if it'll focus on this or not. This is a capsule full of little pieces of copper. And what you do is you jam it down their throat with the bolus gun, and it kind of gets lodged into their intestines. And over time, it just keeps releasing copper into their system. Because copper is super vital for a goat to be as healthy as it can be. They have to have super high levels of copper in their system. Now sheep are opposite. Sheep have too much copper, they're dead. It will kill them. But for goats to maintain their top health, they have to have copper. And you can't get enough copper in a goat just by feeding them feed with copper in it or just the loose trace minerals. If you have land that has a lot of copper in your soil or rocks and everything, then that's fine. But a lot of places doesn't have that, especially in penned-in areas like we have. So we will give them the copper bolus. And to do that, I'm going to show you guys. Got this bolus gun and got some selenium gel with vitamin E. I'll go ahead and do one just to show you guys how we do it. You'll just squirt some of this in this tube. It's pretty much just to get it sticky. And one capsule goes in like that, and then you draw it back and you just shove it forward down their throat. And a lot of times they kind of chew on it. It don't go all the way down their throat, but as long as they get it in their system is all that matters. And one of these copper boluses, it says it's good for a goat 3 months of age or plus 50 pounds. And then we also have the ones for minus 50 pounds if they're smaller than that. But this is good for 6 months. This will keep enough copper in their system for 6 months to maintain the level that they need. And also we have these hoof trimmers. We're going to check every one of their hoofs to make sure that they're all not folded in and they're all good condition. And if any of them's like super anemic, this right here, I don't think any of them are, but just in case, this red cell, you can give them, I can't remember the dosage per weight, but you give them this for like 10 days and it'll bring their iron levels back up in their blood. So we're going to get started on administering them and checking on them. You got her?
Yeah. Okay.
Someone should just check their hooves.
Move your hands so they can see what you're doing.
Oh.
Right here. It's halfway.
Mine's really good. Put it up here a little. Yikes. Hey, grab that camera and bring it up here and try to show me and Mom. It's already on. Just bring it up here. Point it at us. Point it at Mom. Hurry. Show them this, how big this boy is. Back up. Can you see through the bars?
Yep. Okay, guys. If this big giant guy is really, really big.
Okay, move to the side or get out. Get out and tell him coming out the gate. We're gonna let him out.
Okay, guys, he's coming out. Here he comes. Ooh. There he goes. Daddy, are you sweaty?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Sissy.
I see that was hard work.
Yeah.
I was in the house, but I come out here and have to go.
They're already doing cleanup.
Yep. So this is my goat, and its name is Banana.
So Kaya says this is one of the goats that she picked out. This one was one of the bottle babies that they raised, so it's a little more friendlier. And I guess Kaya wants to name it Banana.
Yep. Because it's almost like a banana, but I call
Yep.
her Banana. And that all-colored one right there.
She's pretty.
And I'm gonna name her Fruity
Well,
because she looks like lots of colors, so I name her Fruity.
okay. They're already doing good cleanup, aren't they?
Yep. They're eating good.
Alright guys, so that's the new Kiko goats that we have here on Hidden Heights Farm. We're at Hidden Heights Farm. Me and my wife just got done working them. We tried to film a little bit of it in the trailer. It's just so hard to try to manhandle them things and film at the same time. So I know we probably didn't get a lot of it on video, but the most important thing is we got them all worked. Some of their hoofs needed to be done, trimmed up, so they don't get no hoof rot or anything, but we got it done. And we're both sweating, so I'm ready for a cold drink. And hopefully these Kiko goats work out good here. We'll see. I don't know what we're gonna do exactly on the breeding program, if we're gonna keep this buck or if we're gonna sell him or what. But he's a good looking buck for sure. He's huge. I don't know how much he weighs, probably pushing close to 200, I'm sure. Daisy's seen the new herd. Daisy spotted the new herd. She's coming to check them out. Of course, these goats aren't going to have a guardian over here, so if they get scared or anything, they'll probably get next to the fence where Daisy's at, so they'll feel a little more protected. And these goats were not around dogs. They weren't around guardian dogs. They were protected by a donkey and a llama on their last farm. So I'm not sure how used to being around dogs they are. But they're good looking goats. We got them all worked, and they got plenty of grass, as you can see. So hopefully they'll thrive here.
Yep. I think her name was One Sock.
Yeah, her name was One Sock because
Look.
she has one sock on.
Hey,
So the
One
last
Sock.
family that owned her on the farm named her One Sock.
One sock. Well,
Uh-oh. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully the Kikos don't try to jump the fence.
hopefully.
Oh my gosh, look how much bigger.
Yeah. So there's the two bucks. The Spanish buck and the Kiko buck. And the Kiko buck's twice the size of our Spanish buck.
At least I spotted.
So I was mowing over here and there was a huge black snake, probably the same one that was eating the baby bluebirds. And I let it live, but I guess I accidentally hit this little snake.
And I found this little snake.
Yeah, I don't know how you seen it.
Wait, could I hold it?
Alright, so those bucks kind of sniffed at each other and that was that. Hopefully that's the end of that. Alright guys, so you can see how much bigger this Kiko buck was than our Spanish buck. He is massive. I guarantee he weighs twice as much as the Spanish goat, the Spanish buck that we have. So I don't know if we're going to keep him or not. We might be selling him. So if anybody is interested in buying this Kiko buck, send me an email. I know a lot of people that watch us and subscribe to us raise these Kikos and other goats. If you guys are interested in buying him, hit me up and we might work something out. Because the plan was when we first bought these was to not keep him. We were going to try to keep them quarantined over here for like 30 days and then move them over with our Spanish goats and let our Spanish buck breed him. Our Spanish buck's a lot younger than this one, so he's still a lot smaller, but I don't know, we'll see how things work out. There's Kyle learning to drive the Ranger. Alright guys, I'm pooped. Who needs a gym when you got goats? Man, that big buck Kiko goat just about whooped me. Is all I could do to manhandle him. I had to pin him up against the trailer to be able to work him. So anyways guys, this is our new adventure here on the farm. I don't know where it's going to lead us, but we're going to find out here soon. Our Spanish goats still have not started kidding yet, but they are due any day, so stay tuned for that. And we'll see how these Kiko goats turn out. They got their little pond over there, but I'm going to go ahead and get them a tub of fresh water here in a little bit. But guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below, and hope everyone's having a great Memorial Day today. By the time this video posts, it won't be Memorial Day, but anyways, I hope you had a great Memorial Day. You want to say anything?
Nope. Thanks for watching.
Alright, say something, hurry. Already told them to subscribe, tell them bye.
Bye guys. But hit that subscribe button down below.
Alright guys, we'll see you next time.